In just a few seconds we're gonna see Elon Musk's face gradually turning towards the woman's face. Is that done with AI? This is really dope. What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna cover some new Hugging Face spaces that were launched in the last week, and this week had some really cool stuff, so without further ado, let's begin. Text Diffuser 2. This is a new publish that was just released last month. This also includes Microsoft Research, and this is actually publicly available. So if you're gonna click on code here, you can see that this actually refers us to the actual code, and we can actually use stuff here because this is fully open source. So what's going on here is basically we have some kind of model that actually is able to integrate words into the images that are generated. I will say that the images generated are not nearly as good as stuff that we'll get back from DALL-E or like Midjourney or whatever, right? But the words as in themselves, you can see that they can be a bit curlier, in italic or like whatever, and this is actually kind of dope. So this is now released in Hugging Face. We have the entire process here. You can see how you can enter a prompt, and this goes through a full pipeline of machine learning stuff that is going on behind the scenes. You can see the visualization and the denoising process and etc. At the end of it, we're gonna get a fully functional image with the actual text, right? So for example, we had here the breadth of the wild used, and you can see how this is retained throughout all of the images generated by the model. So I did just the same. I used one of the examples here to generate Kung Fu. So the image that I prompted for was a bit different. You can see a fox guardian with a shield Kung Fu written on it. We didn't get exactly that, but we did get a fox, which is a good sign. And we were actually able to get the actual text in itself integrated properly. So you can see the Kung Fu here, the G is actually on top of the ear, which is great. Here it's behind here, which is also integrated properly, just as we would expect it to look. And yeah, so this is kind of dope. This is one thing. I'll leave a link for this below, you can check it out. This is really cool. The other thing is actually even cooler in my opinion. So I'll first show you how I did it. They have an Inpainting version of this exact model. So you can actually take whatever image that you generate. For example, if I was to generate an image with DALL-E or Midjourney, we can use it. And then you're gonna put the image here. And then, for example, I marked a spot for where I wanted to inpaint some text. So I took an example image of a hat here that they provided. I inpainted the entire theme place, and I just wrote dev spot on top of it. And you can actually see the results are looking kind of decent. These kind of look Photoshop, right? But this one actually looks semi-real, and this one looks extremely real. Like, I would actually believe this is how it was defined. And you can obviously play around with the scales here. So, next up is something called DiffMorpher. This code is also publicly available, and this is really dope, right? So what is going on here? I'll just show you. I think it's gonna be easier. For example, we start with an image of Elon Musk, and then we turn into some kind of an image of a woman. And as we click on play, you can see the images are turning from Elon Musk's face to the image of the woman. As you can see, this was really natural. Like, I didn't feel any abnormality in the process between the face of Elon Musk towards her face, the face of the woman, of course. And this is really dope because this is done fully with AI. And actually go ahead into depth here to provide like an explanation for the process. Basically what's going on is that they're taking the original image, the input, then they're using some kind of process using LoRa, the image generation model, to recreate images as part of the process. And as you can see, they're just denoising it every time until getting towards the actual result, the image, which was also denoised. So like we encode both images, and then we just gradually go from one denoised version towards the other encoded version, of course. So it's really dope. I leave a link for this below. This kind of takes some time to create it, because it needs to generate like a bunch of images, right? You can see like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like between 6 to 8 images as part of the 2 seconds video. But yeah, this is really cool. I leave a link for this down below. And last thing that I want to show you guys is the SDXL Auto FaceSwap. This is really cool. Basically, SDXL, Stable Diffusion XL. If you watch the previous videos, you will obviously know what it is. If you haven't, go ahead and watch them. I even showed how to install Stable Diffusion locally. But basically, this is the model for generating images. And now we have a publicly available Hugging Face space for SDXL FaceSwap. So we took an image of Mona Lisa, and we asked to get a similar version of this on top of a pilot female. So you can see this is the pilot female, and if we're being fully honest, this is the image in full result. So this looks actually great. This is like 1024 by 1024. So by itself, this is a win, but this is publicly available, of course. But if you take a look at the shape of the head, right, this looks extremely similar. The eyes look a bit more modernish, but they do retain a lot of the stuff. The nose looks perfectly fine, and apart from the fact that this woman's mouth is opened, they look absolutely similar. So this is a really good result in my opinion. And yeah, you can go ahead and play around with it. I leave links for all of this stuff down below. And if you haven't done this yet, go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel for more stuff like this. Leave a comment, a like, and I'll see you in the next one.